Let's talk about a massive shift that's happening right now in software development. It's called vibe coding. And believe me, it's starting to change everything we thought we knew about how we build things. And get this, it's even created this provocative new term for some of the most experienced people in the field, AI babysitters. And no, that's not an insult. It's actually a pretty accurate look at a new reality, where a huge part of the job is overseeing the work of artificial intelligence. So you might be wondering, what's behind all this? How do we get from meticulously writing every single line of code to babysitting an AI? It all comes down to a really fundamental change in how we interact with our tools. To really get a handle on this, we first need to break down the main idea. So what exactly is vibe coding, anyway? Okay, so here's the deal. Vibe coding is a way of programming where developers use natural language, just plain English, to tell an AI what they want to build. Then the AI generates the code for them. The term itself was actually coined by Andrej Karpathy, who saw this super intuitive approach as the next big thing in development. It really boils down to two big ideas. The first is code first, refine later, which is all about speed, getting something working fast, and just experimenting. The second is embracing the flow. This is about letting developers focus on the big picture creative vision instead of getting stuck on tiny things like a misplaced semicolon. So how does this actually work in practice? Well, it's a pretty straightforward three-step dance. First, a developer just describes what they need in plain language. Second, the AI takes that description and spits out the code. But that third step, that's the crucial part. A human has to review, refine, and correct what the AI made. The human is still very, very much in the loop. And this new process, this new workflow, this is what leads us right back to that AI babysitter role we talked about. See, it's not just about a new tool. It's about a complete shift in what people are responsible for, especially senior developers. Just look at how the role is changing. Back in the day, a senior developer was the guardian of perfect syntax, spending hours on meticulous code reviews. But now, the focus is shifting to AI output oversight. That means less time buried in the code itself and a lot more time on bigger things, like strategic alignment, managing stakeholders, and teaching junior devs how to use these new tools effectively. And this isn't just a theory. We've got data to back it up. A survey from Fastly found that senior developers are twice as likely to deploy AI-generated code into production as their junior colleagues. This tells you they're the ones on the front lines, really taking charge of this new tech. But of course, like any huge technological leap, this isn't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a classic story, right? There's a ton of promise, but also some serious peril. Let's start with the good stuff, the promise. First off, you've got this incredible increase in speed for everything from building quick prototypes to launching actual products. It's also breaking down barriers, making it easier for people who aren't traditional coders to build things. And maybe most importantly, it frees up developers to focus on what humans are best at, the high-level vision and the creative problem-solving. Okay, but on the flip side, we've got to talk about the dangers. AI-generated code can hide some really nasty security flaws. There's also a real worry about skill erosion, that junior developers might not learn the fundamentals. Plus, the code the AI spits out can sometimes be a real mess to maintain, occasionally filled with weird hallucinations that only a careful human eye can catch. So, if you're trying to walk this tightrope between all that promise and all that peril, what do you do? Well, it means we need a totally new kind of developer. The role isn't going away, it's just evolving into something different. And the name that's catching on for this new role is the AI orchestrator. Think about it. This person isn't just a coder anymore. They're someone who guides and directs a whole suite of AI tools to get a job done. It's like conducting an orchestra of technologies, not just playing one instrument. So what does it take to be one of these orchestrators? Well, you still absolutely need that deep programming expertise, but now you have to blend it with a real understanding of how AI works. The focus shifts from just writing individual lines of code to designing entire systems and architectures, all while adding that one thing AI can't replicate: human creativity and critical thinking. All of this brings up a much bigger question, one that gets to the very heart of what we do. What does craftsmanship even mean in an age where a machine can do so much of the heavy lifting? The answer seems to be that craftsmanship isn't going anywhere. It's just changing its focus.
The best way to think about it is that the AI's code is just a first draft, maybe a really rough one. The true craft, the real art, is in the refinement, the review, and the judgment it takes to turn that draft into something great.
And that leaves us with one last big idea to think about. As AI gets scarily good at writing code, what happens to the value of human ingenuity? Does it just disappear? No way. If anything, it becomes even more precious. It gets concentrated in the places AI can't go. The vision, the strategy, that unique spark of a truly new idea. And that, right there, is the future we're all building together.